Today's video, we're going to be having a girl talk. We're going to be spilling the tea about college, dating, parties, all of that fun stuff. I literally didn't plan out what we're going to talk about, so this is just going to be like a yap session, and I'm just going to edit it so that it makes sense. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm so excited to be giving you guys advice. Not only giving you guys advice, but just like talking. Like, this can probably help me get my life situated. Go get your coffee, your tea, your juice, I don't know, a snack. I got apple juice right here. Let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, let's talk about friendships. This is more specific to like college stuff, but I feel like all those things can apply to like high school, middle school, you know, whatever. But I'm talking about college since I'm in college. I'm a freshman in college. I'm on my second semester, and girl, I'm going through it. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that right now. I feel like it is so important, especially like in a school setting, to just have a core friend group. It's so important to have a good foundation of friends. It doesn't matter if you have one or two friends. I used to always be in big friend groups, and now I feel like I'm in a season of my life where I don't have that many friends, and I'm low-key happy. Like, I feel like going from having a lot of friends, always hanging out with people, having plans every single day, to like having plans maybe once or twice a month, having a core group of friends that I feel are genuine friendships that I will end up like seeing at my wedding. It's just so crazy. If you guys are in a season where you're like, oh, I don't know how I feel about my friends right now, or my friends are giving me weird vibes or whatever, y'all cut that person off. I feel like people are so scared to cut someone off, and I used to be like that. I used to be like, oh no, I cannot cut anyone off. I'm telling y'all, if your friends give you the bad thing, if you get that bad vibe from your friends, or like you feel like your friends aren't supportive, you know when someone isn't your friend, and I'm telling y'all, cut them off. It's better to be alone and have no friends at all than surround yourself around people who are not genuine people. So my advice is always cut that girl off. And you don't have to be mean about it or malicious about it. It can just be simply distancing yourself away from them, or telling them, hey, this friendship is not working out, and explaining why, because some people deserve to know why you don't want to be friends with them anymore. But obviously another thing is you need to give people grace at the same time as well. This is everyone's first time living, I guess, even though some of the stuff y'all do are grimy, but you do have to give people grace and give people chances and stuff. But there's certain things that's like, girl, yeah, this friendship can't work out. So like, you really gotta just like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to like know when it's the right time to cut off a friend, but if you are questioning it, that is how you know it's time to cut that girl off, or guy, or whoever it is. I feel like growing up, I've learned that it's just better to have fewer friends. Fewer friends, I'm telling you guys, it's just less of a headache. But regardless, I do think it is very important to have friends, and have genuine friends at that. It can be hard to find friendships and meet real people, but when you meet your people, you will know. Just put yourself out there, talk to people first, join clubs, join a sport, do something. Don't be a loner and like kind of distance yourself from everyone. You may have a season of loneliness or whatever where you're not talking to anyone like that, but don't let that season last too long, because it is important to have friends. Having friends is super important for your mental health, for just everything. The next thing I want to talk about is parties. I actually went to 2 parties since coming to college. I had made the executive decision that I am not a party person. I do not like to party. Parties are just not fun for me. I don't dance. You can't pay me to dance. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Like, I literally don't do any of that stuff. So I'm just standing there like this. Partying. I don't like partying. It's fun when you go with your friends. Like, I feel like my favorite part about parties is like when the party's over and you and your friends hang out in the car and talk, or like you and your friends go get food and stuff like that. Like, that's fun. But the actual act of being in the party, I'm like, get me out of here. Stinks. There's just too much going on. Too many bodies on bodies on bodies. Like, back up. I have gone to too many parties for my lifetime. I would be fine not going to another party for the rest of my life. It's a waste of money. I don't do anything there, so I don't know why I even thought to go. I will say the funnest part is like getting ready, doing your makeup, all that stuff. I actually filmed a little bit of clips of me getting ready for a party, and then I just like never finished filming, because by the time I got to the party, I hated it. I was like, why am I here? If you like to go to parties, I think they can be a fun way to like socialize and like make new friends and stuff like that. I'm always going to be a person who values friend hangouts over parties. Any day and every day. I think friend hangouts are just so much more authentic and fun, especially like when you know all those people. When you go to a party, it's just a whole bunch of random people that you don't know, and everyone's just like like all up in my space. And I do think though house parties could be fun too. If you have like a house party and it's like mostly your friends or friends of friends, I feel like that could be a fun environment too. A party with like random people that you don't know, it's a no for me. And just too many dangerous stuff happen at parties too, so like I don't know. Guys, don't believe what you see on the internet. The way they make these parties look so fun online, like the party I went to, I went on the Instagram, I was like scroll, I was like, oh, this party looks fun, this party looks lit. And then I was like, I was literally here and it was nothing like what they posted. All those videos are fake, bro. The parties are never that fun. And if a party is actually fun, nobody's gonna be filming. If the party is genuinely fun, people are going to forget to bring out their phones and film. If you're seeing so many videos from a party, you already know that party was dry. That is the biggest indicator that that party sucked. Let's talk about dating in college or just in general. Honestly, I feel like now I'm like not opposed to it. I used to be more opposed to it like in high school, but now I'm like, I don't mind like the idea of it. It's kind of like, but the people at my school, like, the dating pool is bad. Like it's not even funny. And when I think about it, it brings genuine tears to my eyes. I feel like freshman year people aren't dating though. Like from what I've seen, it seems like most people are just like playing around and doing like joking around and stuff like that. I feel like people take it more seriously when you're like in your senior year or like junior year around that time, because they're like, oh, I'm running out of time, like I don't want to die alone. But when you're like a freshman, nobody is really that serious about it. So like at this stage, I don't really care that much because nobody's taking it seriously. I feel like even in high school, nobody was taking it seriously. Like it's like junior year, senior year, that's when people are actually gonna take it seriously, and that's when I will probably be more open to it. As of right now, when I see the relationships and the drama, I'm like, oh, I'm here for the tea. Like let me know about the tea, but I just want to hear about it. I don't want to be in it. What was I talking about? I was talking about dating. Like, oh, did I tell you guys something like Stray Kids? Look, Stray Kids. I was obsessed with Stray Kids when I was in middle school. I don't really listen to them anymore, but I loved them when I was younger. But my advice on dating though, I think it's important before you get in a relationship to better yourself, know things about yourself, know what you're looking for in a partner. And when you know what you're looking for, then you can start approaching dating. Because I feel like a lot of people, they get into relationships not knowing what they want in a partner. But at the same time though, like even if you get in a relationship and you don't know exactly what you want, that can be a learning lesson, and it can teach you things of like what you do want in your next relationships and stuff like that. Where I'm at now, I know what I want, and if I don't find that, then girl, I might just have to be alone. Because I'm not settling for less than I want. I got my eyes set on what I want, and I'm just not going to settle until I find that person. I think it's so important to have standards, have things that you want in a partner. This goes for guys and girls. You can't only have standards for other people, you have to have standards for yourself. Before I get in a relationship, I have things that I have to work on myself before I get in a relationship too. So technically I guess I'm not really ready for a relationship, because there are a few things I want to work on before I get into a relationship so that my relationship can be like, I think people always think about what can they bring for me, but you have to think, what can I do for them too? You know what I mean? What are you going to do for them as their partner? It's not always about what you can get, but what can you give? What I would recommend, what I do, I actually made a little list of things that I'm gonna work on this year for myself that can help me as a person and help me in a relationship. It's good to just like journal and write about it. People say I'm delusional, but like I truly don't feel like I am. I think I'm very illusional. I just came up with the word illusional. It's the opposite of delusional. I'm illusional. Don't ask questions. I'm 18 and I haven't been in a relationship since 18 years. If you know how to do math, you know it's not looking too good for me. For my people who are single and have been single for a long time, this is my advice for y'all. Let me hold your hand when I say this. If you are in a season of singleness, and if you've been in the season of singleness since the day you came out of your mother's womb, it's okay. I'm in the same boat as you. No, but seriously, I feel like sometimes people feel like it's weird to never be in a relationship by age 18, by age 20, by age 21. I feel like society makes it seem like it's weird, but guys, it's totally normal. And one thing I started to tell myself, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I'm 18 and I've never held hands with the opposite gender, is how amazing it is I get to experience like holding hands for the first time. That sounds so childish, but I don't care. Let me cope. Let me cope, okay? I like to see things like, oh my gosh, how amazing it is to get to experience a relationship for the first time. Yeah, everyone around me has already like experienced their first kiss and their first date and stuff like that. Like, that's cool for y'all, but how amazing it is for me to get to experience it for the first time. Like, I get to go on my first date and get excited, and like, you know, I get to get excited for that things at this age, which a lot of people don't get excited for because they've already like dated a lot by this time. That's how I like to look at it, and it makes me feel better about myself. I don't know if this is a coping mechanism, but it's working. My biggest advice, everyone says this, but I'm telling you, listen. Open them ears. I know you listen to those TikToks. I know you can scroll on TikTok for hours and hours and hours. Instead of scrolling on TikTok, go and open your books. Use them same 2 fingers that you used to scroll on TikTok to go and open your books and go study. Sometimes I'm just like, how do people not study? Like, I get it, like, studying sucks. I hate it too. I hate it too. I'm the first one to admit I hate studying. I literally open up my school books and I'm crying. I'm crying while I'm reading. I'm crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate school. And then I think about the money I'll make in the future, and I'm like, oh, school is not that bad. Oh, but genuinely, guys, it is so important to have a good balance with studying and all that stuff. This is my formula to get good grades. Now in college, I've gotten straight A's. My first semester I got straight A's, and right now I have all A's. We'll see when my test score comes out. But yeah, for example, say I have a test in 5 days. In 5 days. The day she told me I have the exam, I'll be like, okay, I have an exam in 5 days. I'm going to branch out how I'm gonna do it. So let's say usually my exams, I have like 3 topics on them. Let's talk about microbiology, for example. If I have a test in microbiology and I have 5 days to study for the exam, this is my formula. The first day, I'm gonna read through my notes. I'm gonna make a Quizlet set, and so I kind of try to like understand it. Maybe I watch a little bit of YouTube videos. This is like my lazy studying day. I don't really like do a lot on this day. I'm just trying to like get a gist of all the information. Then the next day I study one topic, and I fully study the topic. Like, I spend morning to night memorizing that topic. And my favorite studying tip, if you want to study, is do active recall. If you want, I can make a whole separate video on how to study, but I do active recall, I blurb, and I do Pomodoro, I guess. The next day, you're gonna study the whole entire topics, use whatever studying techniques you use. Then you're gonna do it the next topic the next day. Then you're gonna do the next topic the next day. And then on the day before your exam, you're not gonna stay up all night and freaking study to 3 a.m., which I have done a couple of times. But the day before the exam, you are going to just review everything. You're not going to study it. You're just going to review and do practice exams, practice quizzes, and you're going to go to bed on time. And the day of the exam, I low-key don't study the day before, the day of the exam. Sometimes I like review a little bit, but I don't like to look too much into my notes, because then you start to like freak out and get more nervous. So the day of my exam, I get up, eat a nice breakfast, get to school early, and I just pray to God, like, God, please let me get a good grade. Oh, also on the same subject of like school, I guess, it's like, it's okay to be alone at the same time. Like, yes, I said it's good to have friends. I'm a firm believer it is good to have friends. At school, like my actual on campus, I have like 2 friends. But in that same breath, it's okay to be alone and like be by yourself at the same time. Like, if you can't find a good friend group, then it's better to just be alone, obviously. Or like, you can't find good friends. And if you're in that situation, it is good to be alone and to just find things that make you happy. And another thing is, even if you have friends, it is important to learn how to be alone and to enjoy being alone. Because I see it very often where people literally can't function if they're not around someone 24/7. That is unhealthy. You came into this world alone, and you're gonna leave this world alone. That is the sad truth. So you need to learn how to be alone and like enjoy your own company. Find hobbies, read a book, go paint, I don't know, go watch the sunset. Even if you have friends and stuff like that, you never know what can happen. You want to know how to make yourself happy. Outside of a relationship, outside of friendships, outside of all that stuff, you need to be okay with being alone.